So this whole thing about present, it's where you have access, presence, the present moment. You have access to all time zones. You really do. You can look at something in the past and still be present. Most people don't do it that way, I realize. But let's say you're with some old high school buds and you're reminiscing about the things we somehow got away with and how we even survived the experience and like that. And we're having a grand old time. So you're in the present. You can be in the present doing that. And you're bringing up stuff from the past, right? But you're here now doing that, aren't you? You can do it in therapy if you're resolving some unfinished trauma. You can do it as an actor or an actress or another creative artist, right? And draw upon that for some scene or some creative project you're doing. And that's extremely valuable, folks. It's really good. And you can also be in the future, in the present, should I say, or at least looking at so-called the future. I don't even know what people mean when they talk about future. I just call it the unfolding or evolving present, because I have no idea what they're talking about. It's just a concept, isn't it? I mean, do you know anything about the future? Does it even exist? Take a look. What do I know?
Our bosses think so, but tomorrow's work.
I'm sorry?
Our bosses think it does. They expect us at the office.
Yes, our bosses, our mates, even our close friends have all sorts of demands and ideas and expectations about how we should be a certain way and at a certain time doing a certain thing, right? It's amazing, isn't it? So in the face of all that, and if you put aside the beliefs, the roles, the stories, all the attachments, the diversions, the addictions, the false identities, the positive and negative opinions and judgmental thoughts, and you're kind of getting a little wind of what's on the board here. And you just really stay in the present with this moment directly, or draw upon occasionally the past maybe, but still being present. Draw upon the future, but still being present. This is not the way most people use the word present, by the way. You can call it the holistic present. There was an old book written by a gentleman of my field, Philip Zimbardo, called The Paradox of Time, with a graduate student who since has got his Ph.D. And he spent like 30 years doing this book, he said. Something like 300 pages. And you know how many pages he gave to the holistic present? Which is actually fairly well known in the East, and particularly in Buddhism and other disciplines, you might say. You know how many pages he gave to the holistic present? 1.5 pages. That's how much it was worthwhile, and how much he thought the American population could even relate to the idea. I thought it was pretty amazing. He's a very bright guy. I have a lot of respect for Philip. So, having said all that, since it's the mind, or the ego that has a mind of its own, and ever sending you into the past, into the future, right, absconding away with you, and you're a co-conspirator to the crime, aren't you? You're an accomplice. And I'm not saying that in a blaming sort of way. I say that with a little smile on my face, because I've been there as well. Then what are we supporting this for? Because we're actively supporting it. It's got nothing without us, guys. If we don't put wind in its sails, the ship doesn't move. And we don't even know we're doing that, do we? It's amazing. So whenever you get disgruntled, you can say, who's disgruntled? Start getting anxious, who's anxious? Start getting doubtful of something that's obviously true, who's being doubtful? Who's creating a drama right now? Who's looking to blame somebody else? Who's doing all that stuff? Well, let's apply this similarly. Would you rather have your life or this incredible simulation, imitation, and version of your life? Courtesy of your mind. No extra charge. Isn't that great? Doesn't sit so well. Didn't sit so well with me. That's the first line of my book, by the way, that I'm still looking to get published. So it's really no contest. Your true life ever awaits, and guess where it awaits? Exactly here and now with this. This moment, the holistic present, the present that gives you access to every time zone. And still remain here and now available. That's right.